Alright, the Reds, we've got our pre-match build-up show of Liverpool versus Burnley coming out tomorrow. We've got a cracking panel to discuss Liverpool's first home Premier League fixture coming out tomorrow at 8 PM on the channel. So make sure you head over and check that out as well. But today's episode will be discussing Liverpool's potential incomings and outcoming transfers in relation to a possible a fourth or fifth choice attack in any way that Liverpool, we've been discussing over the last couple of weeks and couple of years really. Liverpool very much need to improve. It's the squad depth, not necessarily Liverpool's 1 to 11. If we're all fully fit, Liverpool's squad is one of the most competitive 1 to 11s in world football. Probably is the best in the Premier League in relation to 1 to 11. I think we've got a better squad than Manchester City. There'll be a whole host of debates in and amongst rival Premier League fans anyway. But analysing Liverpool's squad, a lot has been talked about getting players out of the football club. We've got Grujic, Harry Wilson and certain other players already this window. The two players that I want to know your thoughts and opinions on. We've already done videos on Shaqiri. Lyon have been very much expressing an interest. Lazio expressed an interest in Shaqiri to get his services. His agent and Shaqiri himself was very publicly announcing himself to really wanting to favour a couple of other leagues, possibility of moving Liverpool as well. But the question mark is surrounding Divock Origi. Is Divock Origi wanting to leave the football club, whether he'd be willing to take a pay cut? For me personally, I don't think he would be happy doing that. He's never been a player that's really kicked up a fuss on Liverpool's bench, but for where Liverpool want to be in the next year, this year anyway, it's going to be so important. We've discussed, obviously, Jota, when he's fully fit, Mane, Salah, and obviously Mane as well. There are four main attackers. When you look to add to that quality, Jurgen's talked about Harvey Elliott very much playing in a midfield role this year. And could you possibly look, not in this window, we'll probably, ideally, we'd love to bring in a player this window, but if it makes financial sense, incoming, outcoming, player availability as well. You've got to have a certain quota, as every single one of you know anyway. But possible. I've seen a lot of Reds and I've been on a lot of great shows discussing the possibility of players. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Who would you ideally like Liverpool to put, not in this window or possible one or two windows, bring in to really strengthen Liverpool in that attacking area of the pitch? A lot of names. We've very much been linked with Sarr of Watford. We've seen already the impact in which he had against Aston Villa. Absolutely destroyed them. He's one of the fastest players in the Premier League. Good mates with Sadio Mane. So if Liverpool did express concrete official interest in him, I think Mane would very much put a word in for Jurgen Klopp anyway. But Sarr, at the right price, I don't think Liverpool, when we were quoted about 30-40 million when they win in the Championship, it's been a positive result from Watford because they come back straight into the Premier League. So ideally, from their point of view, they're not going to sell him in this window. They're in the Premier League. But if the right offer did come about, if Watford did get relegated this season or possibly next season with the Premier League package, the Premier League money, they're a bit more, you've got a bigger transfer fee really for Sarr, or incoming transfer funds for any potential replacements. Sarr, he ticks all the boxes for the Jurgen Klopp player. Very, very capable of playing alongside the front three, obviously on the left wing, right wing, and through the middle, if possible. Alan Saint-Maximin at Newcastle, he's 24, 25 years old anyway. He's a very tricky customer. He's very raw potential. I know he's 24. He should be he's hitting height, but he's a player that I feel, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, Reds, that Jurgen Klopp could very much mould into his ideal player. Really, we've seen with Sadio Mane, who was at Southampton, got quite a couple of goals anyway, most notably the hat-trick against Liverpool, which probably swayed a couple of people in the transfer department. But Saint-Maximin, he's one of the most exciting players. If you're watching a game, if you're watching Newcastle, or if you're watching as a neutral fan anyway, when you watch him, you're like, this lad, he sends you left, sends you right, sends you off the couch, because you don't even know where you're going with Saint-Maximin. But if he can finalise his final delivery into the box, you've got a very good player there. And at the age of 24, 25 years old, you've got that potential of improvement. And under Jurgen Klopp, like we've seen with our whole squad, Jurgen Klopp very much doesn't sign superstars. He very much makes them. Manchester City, Barca's, Real Madrid's, they like to buy the big main players. But yeah, that's not been very much Jurgen Klopp's ethos as a manager. You see when Lewandowski bought him for like a $500,000 or $1 million at Borussia Dortmund. He gets the best out of his players, as we already know. So throw that name into the hat, Reds. Let me know your thoughts on Saint-Maximin, and a possible player that it's a bit out there. He is currently injured at the minute. It'd be interesting to see how he very much does recover. And Pedro Neto of Wolves, let me know your thoughts on that, Reds. He's a player, very capable, very much left-footed, right-footed, very capable on both feet. He's got that ability to get in behind players, very technically clever and switched on for a player of his age, really. Liverpool have got an excellent working relationship with Wolves. So let me know your thoughts on that. For me, a lot of teams will very much go in for Neto, given his age profile and his ability as a footballer, most importantly. So they're my three players. If there's players that you would like Liverpool to very much identify, different names that you personally, I'm all up for suggestions. This is why I created my channel. I want to gauge all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. So it's going to be interesting whether Liverpool can progress in terms of improving that quality. It's not going to be as easy as just moving out players and getting these players. It all comes down to whether they're available and at the right price in relation to incoming transfers. So Reds, have a lovely rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have done, make sure you do smash that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. It very much does help the channel. But Reds, yeah, it was only going to be a quick one. Thoughts on that? Saint-Maximin, Neto, or for you personally, another player to come in, dependent on Liverpool, if they can get Shaqiri, the Ben Wood-Burns out on loan. For me, Ben Wood-Burns, as Pep Linders has already discussed, he's still got a massive career at Liverpool Football Club. So let me know your thoughts on that, Reds. I will see you tomorrow for our pre-match build-up show at Liverpool versus Burnley. The Reds are back at Anfield, full packed crowd, which was fantastic. Fingers crossed our football club can get their act sorted with all these new passes anyway, and hopefully everyone can get into the ground right on time. But Reds, I'll see you tomorrow for our Liverpool-Burnley pre-match build-up show. And as always, Reds, have a lovely rest of your night, and you will never walk alone. Cheers.